Bonjour, bonjour, ladies and genitals. Long time no see. I am back from a little hiatus on this channel to bring you a dire warning. Do not buy Hex. And folks, I know you're thinking, no, I have not been kicked in the head by a horse. No, I'm not being paid by Eric Wall. As much as I would love to coordinate a FUD campaign against Hex, unfortunately, I have a conscience that makes me feel rather dubious about it. So, folks, before I delve into why you should not buy the cryptocurrency that all your favorite influencers love to ignore, I gotta ask you to like and subscribe, comment, hit that like button, do all that good stuff for the YouTube algorithm, because folks, on this channel, I'm trying to go from being not so rich to very much so. If you want to follow my process and the things I learn along the way in the hopes to hopefully maybe benefit yourself and other people, although none of what I do is financial advice, click all the buttons. Without further ado, let's talk about what you should not be buying and perhaps some you should be. So listen up, folks. The entire goddamn point of me doing this channel is to try and find financial freedom. In order to find financial freedom, you need to do better than what most people do when it comes to investing. Because when people invest, what do most people get? They get average market returns. The S&P 500 gives you roughly 12 to 14% a year on a good year. You know, if you look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, you're looking at maybe 10, 20x gains, best case scenario, buy the top of the next bull cycle, and that's if you buy the perfect bottom and sell the perfect top. So in order to do better than what most people do, you got to do what most people aren't doing. And what most people are doing is ignoring Hex. The thing that I think makes Hex unique and makes it have longevity is the T-share system and the staking system, where rewards in the system get scarcer and scarcer over time, therefore constantly incentivizing everyone to stake the earliest, longest, and biggest they can in perpetuity, essentially always incentivizing artificial scarcity within the market, which is why this cryptocurrency that, again, everyone loves to pretend does not exist, although I guarantee you very much does so exist, did a 10,000x its first cycle, and I believe has a very good chance of being one of the strongest performers in the entire cryptocurrency market moving forward. Not to mention that there will be a doubling of all your bags, of all your Hex, once PulseX goes live. So folks, unless your favorite cryptocurrency out there, Cardano, XRP, whatever it might be, is going to literally double and you're going to get twice the amount of coins you currently have in the near future, you might want to consider taking a look at Hex. Now, with all that good stuff being said, why am I telling you not to buy Hex? Now, there's a very good reason why I'm telling you not to buy Hex, although, again, I'm actually not telling you that because I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. Do not fucking sue me. What I am saying is that there is a very, very, very interesting discount on the Trio, Lucky, and Deci Maximus DAO staking pools for Hex. Now, what the fuck is all that for those of you who don't know? Well, folks, there are some very kind developers who went and built something very interesting with Hex, where, folks, there's a very common problem with Hex. When you stake your Hex, you're locked up. You cannot unstake without an extremely large penalty. And so some people are dissuaded from staking their Hex due to the illiquidity of your funds. So these folks came along and they created a pool where people could send their Hex and stake their Hex all together all at once in one big shared pool. And the purpose of this was to get access to the bigger pays better bonus, but also the pool participants within the pool will pay the gas fee to unstake, thus saving you a lot of money when it comes to unstake your Hex stake, and that is not insignificant. It typically costs quite a bit of money to unstake your Hex, depending the size and length of your stake. You also have the benefit of the added liquidity of the base Trio, Lucky, or Deci token, which, if you participated during the mint phase, you basically sent one Hex in, and you got either one base, one Trio, one Lucky, one Deci token back, which represents your ownership within the pool, which you can sell whenever you like. So if you put in one Hex to be staked for 1 year in the base pool, you got one base token, and you can either hold on to that base token for a year, and then once that year's up, you withdraw your initial principal in Hex plus the interest plus the Hadron as well. And again, the added benefit of not having to pay for the ETH gas fees when it comes to unstake, the added liquidity of being able to sell the base token if you want, all that good stuff, and access to a larger, bigger pays better bonus because you're participating in a pool where people are lumping their funds all together at once, and therefore the entire pool gets a larger bonus and you get a slice of that bigger bonus. I'm hoping this stuff makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, please, I invite you to go to the MaximusDAO.com website. I'll leave a link down in the description below. You're going to learn more. There's a whole video explaining this in depth. My point is, folks, these tokens, Base, Trio, Lucky, Deci, are essentially Hex. They're Hex, but staked. They represent a staked version of Hex. So essentially, folks, moving forward, it makes very, very little sense, next to no sense, to continue holding liquid Hex unless you plan on doing something with it, liquidity providing, something like that, because you can instead go onto the market and buy these tokens, which represent a share of staked Hex, which is more valuable than just having liquid Hex, because liquid Hex is not earning you any interest in Hex, and it is not earning you any interest in Hadron. These tokens are, and again, one of these tokens is ought to represent a single Hex token. So right now, if we look at the longer stakes, Maxi and Deci, if we look at Maxi, which is the 15-year long stake, it is currently trading at a premium over Hex. You can see it's nearly at 6 cents here, where Hex is just above 4 cents. If we look at Base token, which is the 1 year Hex stake, it is at just over, it's just at 43 cents. Where Hex is at 425 cents. So Base and Maxi are trading at a premium over Hex. But if you look at Deci, the 10-year long stake, Lucky, the 7-year long stake, and Trio, the 3-year long stake, they're all trading at a discount over Hex. So if you're in the market DCing into Hex, such as I am, well, you may want to look and you may want to consider perhaps instead of buying Hex, perhaps scooping up some Trio, some Lucky, some Deci on the open market because they are trading at a discount over Hex. Again, one Trio, one Lucky, one Deci is meant to represent the ownership of one Hex worth in that pooled stake. And it has the added value of, again, being redeemable for the initial principal of the Hex, plus the interest earned in Hex, plus the Hadron. So again, theoretically, Trio, Lucky, Deci should always be trading at a premium over Hex price because they're more valuable. And they're currently, for whatever reason, trading at a discount. So you're essentially getting a great deal with more value added in buying the Trio, Lucky, Deci token over just normal Hex right now. Because again, there's added value in holding these tokens, and you have the added liquidity of being able to sell whenever you like. And these tokens should theoretically track the price of Hex over time, where they should be in sometimes periods of being undervalued, then overvalued, undervalued, then overvalued, but ultimately somewhat tracking the price of the underlying Hex. So folks, I hope that's making some kind of sense. Again, if you want to look further and better understand these perpetual pools, just go to the website. I'll leave a link down in the description below. If you go to learn more section here, there's a video completely breaking down exactly what these pools are. Again, these tokens just represent your stake in the Hex pool. One base essentially tracks the value of one Hex token, but you have the added value of it being redeemable for the initial Hex plus the interest in Hadron. So these tokens should all theoretically inevitably trade at a premium because one of these tokens brings more value than a single Hex, but these tokens follow and represent a Hex. So again, a little confusing. Hope it makes sense. These tokens are essentially a massive value add over just holding liquid Hex. That's why I'm making this video. I'm not footing Hex. Hex is still my either number 1 or 2 largest hold if you consider PulseX, even though PulseX is not even out. Folks, look, if you want to have a better understanding of this market cycle and when to possibly or how to come up with a take profit strategy, then I'll leave a link somewhere at the end of this video where you can watch my breakdown of the market cycle so you can incorporate that understanding into a plan for when to take profits. And folks, considering that understanding that we come to in that video, I'm really personally liking Trio. I minted some Trio during the mint phase, specifically because this pool is going to expire sometime late 2025, which I believe has a very good chance of being around the next Hex all-time high. So given that you're going to be able to earn interest and this pool is going to expire, and one has the potential of selling around roughly the next Hex all-time high, and it's currently trading at a discount over Hex, I'm personally very much so interested, specifically in the Trio pool, but as well as Lucky and Desi as well. Okay, folks, I don't want to make this video too long. Thank you all so much for watching. I genuinely mean that. I also want to give a shout out to our VIP Discord members who've been supporting us for quite a long time, all throughout this bear market. You guys are the greatest. I'm going to do my best to, in some way that can't get me in trouble legally, return the favor, hopefully one day, folks. So I just want to give you a shout out to you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you all so much for your support. Everyone stay tuned to this channel. And until next time, take care.